Hi everyone, so let's start recording now the informative this document for ONGC. As you know, you've started getting calls for ONGC now. Interview dates have not come, but students who are going for interview, that is now information has there. And those of you who are going for interview, let me tell you, this interview of ONGC is very important. And in the ONGC, normally the questions are related to public sector, related to recent development in public sector are asked, and information related to ONGC is very relevant. So this document which I'm going to discuss with you today, you can get this document from your PD Education website also. And I advise you to go through this document, because interview weightage, though it is 15%, but then as you know, in ONGC 60% weightage to gate, and then 25% weightage to academics, and 15% to interview. And interview is qualifying, that means you need to qualify interview. There is cutoff, so unless until you score bare minimum marks in interview, you may not qualify in interview. And 5-6 times students are being called, so competition is there. Don't take it lightly, prepare it well, and go for multiple HRs and technical snaps with your PDA. So let me share this document with you, and let's discuss it further. So ONGC is the largest energy company in India. So if you ask you why you want to join ONGC and all, you can always say, sir, this is the largest company in India, and that is one of the reasons why we are interested in this. So why you want to join particular PSU, the answer for that comes from some from institute also, like from the organization also, like ONGC. Why you are interested in ONGC, maybe this line will be helpful to you. सो ओएनजीसी के हेडक्वार्टर कहाँ पे हैं और रीजनल ऑफिसेस कहाँ पे हैं, रजिस्टर्ड ऑफिसेस कहाँ पे हैं, दैट पार्ट you should know what is the meaning of it. So where is the headquarter of ONGC? You should know where is the headquarter of this particular ONGC headquarter looks like in Dehradun, and Delhi mein you have registered office. So largest energy company Maharatna public sector hai ye, and one of the best PSU hai, and biggest wealth creator in the country. Wealth creator means the kind of contribution to GDP and all. It is also winner of best employer award. So this can be very relevant answer from your side. Why you want to join ONGC, sir? ONGC is the not only largest energy company in India, it is contributing a lot to the economic development of the country. Prestigious public sector Maharatna company, and best employer award is given to it. So anybody would like to join a company which is best employer? Fully integrated oil and gas company in India, operating along entire hydrocarbon value chain. As you know, HPCL is also now part of it. So ONGC is largely upstream company, that means exploration and all, but HPCL and its own subsidiaries now, it is now into entire hydrocarbon value chain. Several benefits to the employees and their families, so this is what these things will be very helpful for you to frame the answer why you want to join ONGC. Okay, now so ONGC, say 160th position in Fortune 500 global list. So what is the Fortune 500 list and all that you should know. Third in Indian after Reliance and Indian Oil Corporation. So the moment you say ONGC is a Fortune 500 company, you will say which is the first one, which is the second one. Reliance is at number 1 and Indian Oil is at number 2. Third is ONGC. So this is largest this E&P company with manpower of this much. So that information may be useful to you, just to know this particular thing. And yeah, the next what is recognition, what kind of awards it was recognized. So most important was best employer award, that you remember, and then Golden Peacock National Training Award. So training imparted is the best actually, and that is very important for contribution of the employees into their work. And it is also India's best employer among nation builders. So that kind of things are important. This is also Wall of Fame. It featured in GPTW Wall of Fame for its commitment to securing India's energy availability. So energy security की direction में बहुत बड़ा contribution ONGC का. India is a developing country and energy is very important for any developing nation. So suppose he asks you that ONGC deals with oil, which is fossil fuel. It is leading to global warming. So why you want to join a company which contributes to global warming? You will say, sir, India's economy is dependent upon, as of now, conventional fuels, and ONGC is contributing a lot into that. And the economy of India is directly linked to the, socio economic development of the society or people, and quality of life of the people. So ONGC indirectly is contributing into that. Now, history part. Nehru, gave this duty to create this Shri Keshav Dev Malviya, who led the foundation of ONGC in the form of Oil and Gas Division under Geological Survey of India in 1955. So starting was from there. And then Oil and Natural Gas Commission was created on 14th August 1956. And then it was converted into corporation in 1997. So ONGC का नाम full form Oil and Natural Gas Corporation. That name came in 1997. Oil and Natural Gas Commission was in 14th August 1956. Create हुआ था 1955 में. महारत्ना status मिला है 2010 में. That is how you should know. Sometime in the interview is asked what is the vision and what is the mission of this organization. So vision is integrated energy business through sustainable growth. This is what you need to rote memorize. This is you have to remember. Mission is world class in this integrated energy business, dominant leader in its domain. These are the missions. Now something related to ONGC. So this is the largest crude oil and natural gas company in India, and it is contributing to 71% of its domestic production. And this is used as raw material. The crude oil it produces is used as raw material by downstream companies like IOCL, BPCL, HPCL, MRPL. So HPCL and MRPL, these names you please remember, because these are now the subsidiaries of ONGC only. So this is what you should know. And what it produces: petrol, diesel, kerosene, and all. Right. And it is the only company with in-house service capability in all areas of exploration and production. E&P means exploration and production of oil and gas. So this is exploration and production ki field mein, this is the basically self-sufficient company. ONGC Videsh Limited, that also you should know, this is a Videsh or foreign investment related domains. This is biggest Indian multinational. ONGC Videsh Limited is the biggest Indian multinational. Multinational company, the company which belongs to particular country, but it is working in different countries. So ONGC is the biggest Indian multinational company. And this has, foreign assets. So if we ask you where is the investment of ONGC Videsh Limited, you should know these names. MRPL is Mini Ratna company, now subsidiary. HPCL is Maharatna company and is now subsidiary. Right. So HPCL recently became the subsidiary of ONGC. So that you should know. And what HPCL is doing, in which domain HPCL is there, that also you should know. So if you are going for the interview of ONGC, don't forget to go through the document of HPCL also, because HPCL is also now subsidiary of ONGC, and you should know about HPCL also. So ONGC has discovered 7 out of 8 oil and gas producing basins in India. Total Indian refining capacity का 15% ONGC के पास है. And this ONGC Mangalore Petrochemical Limited is the greenfield project. Greenfield project means it is the new created project. Nothing was there earlier. And India's most valuable public sector enterprise in Mangalore refinery is subsidiary now. So this, things are important. MRPL and HPCL, you should have some knowledge about that. So ISO 9001 occupational and health system, उससे related है OHSAS, safety and उससे related है ये. ISO 14001, ISO 9001. These are some of the certifications given in the field of quality, environment, etc. So there are these many people working, and in 2017, 19 July 2017, government approved the acquisition of HPCL by ONGC. So this is the information. And where are the basins now? So 7 out of 8 basins in India are there with ONGC. So where are the basins? You should know these names. Suppose you are from Gujarat, you should know where is the Cambay Basin, Rajasthan, Assam. So these names you should know. Is integrated oil and gas corporate, and this is having in-house capability in all field of exploration and production E&P. So these are some of the domains. So he will ask you in the interview that do you know which domain ONGC works? Refining, production, drilling, marketing, what? You should know that. And these names of 7 basin, he might ask you in the interview what are the 7 basins. Now, what is there in the field of solar energy? What is there in the field of wind energy? That you should know. So solar water heater and solar powered street lights are created, and manned platform in offshore areas are also now solar energy powered. Now ONGC is also commissioned 1 megawatt solar photovoltaic power plant in Rajmundry. That is was created there, and renewable energy capacity presently in target for by the government is 175 gigawatt, right? And ONGC is contributing. So this kind of data he can directly ask you. And where is the power plant information? Rajmundry kahan pe ye power plant hai, that also can be asked. Now we want to reduce carbon footprint, and that's the reason we want to go for renewable energy. ONGC has created dedicated renewable energy cell. So if he asks you that ONGC is into oil, which is global warming or polluting, you can say, sir, ONGC is also working in the field of renewable energy, and this ONGC has created dedicated renewable energy cell. So 51 megawatt wind power plant is in Kutch, Gujarat, and 102 megawatt wind power plant is in Jaisalmer district. So wind power plant kahan pe hai, and solar power plant ONGC ne kahan pe banaya hai, that information you should have. Revise that information. Now, as far as the carbon is concerned, you know, there is a term called sustainable development and keeping the ecology in sustainable development mode. So ONGC has focused carbon management efforts on the carbon and management efforts and mitigation of global greenhouse gases. So reduce the carbon footprint. ONGC wants to reduce carbon footprints. So global methane initiative is basically multilateral partnership, and there are other stakeholders also to reduce the methane gas emission. You know, carbon dioxide is one problem. Global warming is produced by carbon dioxide, but methane is another challenge. So global methane initiative is the initiative which is there to reduce the methane gas emission and advance the methane recovery and use it as a clean energy source. So this is ONGC is basically doing natural gas is methane only, oil and natural gas. So when you say natural gas, this is methane only. So to reduce the methane gas emission and advance methane recovery and use it as a clean energy source, ONGC is working into this particular domain. Now, what are the future goals, ambitions? It is to explore new energy sources, unconventional energy sources, and unconventional gases like coal bed methane, underground coal gasification, wind and solar energies. So hydrogen geobioreactors, fuel cells. ONGC has commissioned wind farm in Gujarat, Rajasthan, thermal engines. So 3 solar thermal engines at Gurgaon campus. So these are some of the contributions of ONGC in the recent time. This is very important. This you should see this chart. It mentions about the some subsidiaries of ONGC. If you see this side, subsidiaries, then subsidiaries may HPCL, MRPL, then OMPL, then OTPC and OTBL. These are the subsidiaries of ONGC, and this gives you an idea about which domain ONGC is working. Yes, he asks you sometime the CMD, who is the chairman and managing director. So Mr. Subhash Kumar is CMD of ONGC, and he's CMD since 2021. Earlier he was director of finance, and he joined as finance and account officer. So what background he's from, that also is asked. and is alumnus of Punjab University, Chandigarh. And he did his bachelor and master's degree in commerce from Punjab University. And then his ONGC comes under Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, and these are the domains in which ONGC is working. And Hardeep Singh Puri is the this minister of this particular ministry. So what are the various products and what is the contribution? So crude oil is 65%, natural gas is 63%, then LPG, kerosene and others. You should know these products of ONGC. Since ONGC is Maharatna, he might ask you about Maharatna, when ONGC became Maharatna, which year. So it is 2010, and then other Maharatna companies also you should know, and its a subsidiary HPCL is also Maharatna, which became in 2019. What is the meaning of Maharatna, and then what is the classification Navaratna, Mini Ratna, that you should know. So Maharatna company should be the company which is, net worth this 15,000 crore, net profit should be 5,000 crore, turnover should be this. That is the reason you become Maharatna. And once you become Maharatna, you get some kind of freedom from government to make investment without taking permission from government. So this is the criteria to become Maharatna company, and it should have global presence also. Now, another very important question is about privatization of PSUs. As you know, some PSUs are being privatized like BPCL and all. So it all started with the speech of Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in 2021-22, when she said that loss-making PSUs should be privatized. BPCL, Shipping Corporation, these are some of the PSUs which are in the process. And now your stand should be, should ONGC be privatized? You will say, sir, government has told in that only loss making will be privatized. So ONGC is a wealth creator. In fact, we have seen that it is the largest wealth creator for the government. So why it should be privatized? Moreover, it's a subsidiaries like HPCL. Now it is a very big company. There will not be any company which can overtake it and all. So that is the meaning of it. What do you mean by strategic disinvestment, and what do you mean by disinvestment, and what are the recent developments? You please go through this document. And why do we go for disinvestment? What is the purpose of disinvestment? So normally budgetary deficit ko meet karne ke liye, but that is not a good thing, because that is a wastage of money. Importance of disinvestment, how it can be helpful, and what are the challenges of disinvestment that you should know. ONGC has acquired HPCL, so that detail please go through what are the various nitty-gritties of that. And production centers of ONGC, which part? So if you are from particular part of India like Bokaro, you should know. From Assam, Tripura, you need not to memorize it, but if you are from particular part, like if you are from Mumbai or Cambay or Ankleshwar, you should know that. Then recently there is something which is called National Asset Monetization Pipeline, NAMP. So National Asset Monetization Pipeline, he might ask you, do you know anything? The target is 6 lakh crore through National Asset Monetization by this year should be done. National Asset Monetization Pipeline program. So you should know what is this National Asset Monetization, where government will basically monetize its asset. Let's railway has some kind of land or something, so they can be monetized. So government has identified some sectors like railway will have this much, 1.52 lakh, roads 1.6 lakh, telecom, warehousing, power generation, natural gas pipeline 24,000 crore will be. These are the assets of public sector which can be monetized, like giving your home on rent, something like that is called National Asset Monetization. So hope you have understood this entire thing. Now take this document, read this document carefully if you're going for interview. And since ONGC interview may, it is you may basically, if you don't score minimum marks, they may not pass you. So please prepare it well so that you clear the cutoff and you get really good marks in interview to make a difference, because you know that even 1 mark is very important. So don't leave your preparation, don't leave anything undone. Just go through every document which is relevant for your preparation, including the document related to ONGC. Visit the website also. Whatever document is being provided to you by YourPedia, go to website also and see if some additional information you can get there. So I hope you have understood a little bit about ONGC now. So take this document and start preparing for your interview. All the very best. See you soon. Thank you.